And gentlemen, we are live. You are live. Yes, we are. Thank you for informing us of that. I look like a mess.
Well,
Probably because I took a nap.
that does take it out of you, doesn't it?
Napping?
Yeah. Well, you go and you take a nap.
Like a mess.
No, I don't care about that one no more. I'm a dad, a new dad too.
That's right.
You should be more seasoned. I mean, you've had 4, and they're all adults now, so you've got no excuse.
Well, and that's why I need a nap. Anyways, we are James and Joshua for Magic Talk. Greg is supposed to be checking in, but we have not seen him yet. With that, let's get the show started.
Rough Edge FM. Irritatingly irresistible internet radio at roughedgefm.com.
Welcome to Magic Talk, the ultimate backstage pass to the world of magic. We dive deep into the art, the craft, and the business behind the illusion. If it's magic, we talk about it. Sometimes. And now, your hosts, master of misdirection and dad jokes, magician James Lantine, purveyor of magical oddities and unpaid family labor, magic shop owner Joshua Lantine, and straight from a suspiciously nearby park bench, the one, the only, Gregory Alexander.
All right. I think it should be the illusion behind the magic or the business. I forget how the intro went.
The illusion behind the business, because it's all an illusion. It's none of it's real.
No.
I mean, if you were to really break it down, nothing is real in the world. Everyone's seen the Matrix. They know what's been going on.
Oh, that's true.
think
The cat's been out of the bag.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves really broke that down for 3 movies. Actually, no, 4, but I don't count the 4th one because that was just they needed money. And
There was a 4th one?
you watched the 4th one? Are you kidding me?
I did?
Yes, they brought Keanu Reeves back, and I forget who was the female. The female.
I'm gonna lower your
Matrix.
mic down here so that
What was that? The female Matrix director.
you're not on anymore. But there we go.
Oh, thank you. I've got a loud voice. I'm pretty sure you can hear me through. yours.
Probably. Anyway, I don't care about that.
You don't?
No, I want to talk about some magic.
Okay,
Okay.
but it's not sometimes yet. We're only supposed to
Well,
do it sometimes.
I know, but we were doing the Matrix, so I've not been able to get you and Greg on the show at the same time. Is there something going on between the two of you?
My wife is pregnant.
And that's why I
And
can't get
then-
you and Greg on the show at the same time.
I don't know about Greg. I don't know if he's got some news to share with Veronica or whatnot. But
I have no idea.
have you talked to Alex yet?
Yes.
What's he have to say about it?
Why Greg won't come on the show with you?
Yeah,
Um,
it's his dad.
I don't know. Anyway, I thought it would be interesting to take a look at the history of magic and excuse me, let me say that again. The evolution of magic.
Oh, okay.
So there's a few tricks that kind of stand out as far as having evolved. For example,
Let me be clear. So it's not like new and exciting tricks. It's how the craft has more or less evolved.
so for example, the sign in half. That was first performed in 1921.
Okay.
And at that time, the woman was put in to the box, period. No legs, no hands were seen or anything like that.
Just
She
a
was
box.
just put into the box and
Kind of like the sword in the sword basket.
kind of, yeah. And
Basically that.
just cut in half. And then in the 20s and 30s, that's when they decided to take and put the head on the outside and the feet on the outside. But that
Clear.
box was still, the box looked like it could hold an elephant. And so clearly, in today's standard, everybody would know that there are 2 people.
Well, I mean, it's harder to pass some illusions, I think, in the context that it was back then. I kind of feel like there was the technology was different. The assumption of what you can do with said technology was different. You know, maybe at the time, the technology that was available to them was, you know, it was unfathomable that somebody could avoid said saw going
Yeah.
through the box. And
I mean, it was different times,
Yeah.
and so you know, it was much easier to fool people, and because people weren't accustomed to YouTube and all that kind of stuff, and they weren't exposed to a lot of things that they were exposed to. So they're seeing magic for the first time. They see a woman with her head and her disposable feet, and doesn't matter how big the box is. Oh my gosh, she's getting cut in half.
I have noticed it too. That we were talking about it. I think we were talking about it a couple of weeks ago, but the psychology of it, the psychology of magic, and how you were talking about how you hold a deck of cards. It doesn't matter how the condition of the deck of cards itself. If you hold it a particular way, inside your brain and inside the spectator's brain, you fill in the blanks
Right.
based off of your assumption. So maybe it was playing along with that back in the day. Who knows? Maybe there were a lot more skeptics than there were people who were absolutely flabbergasted by it, because they're like, wait, hold on.
I don't know.
Wait a minute.
I think people were very simple to fool back then.
That's the assumption,
Yes.
because that's all that we get. Because we've even found some examples of that in today, where, you know, somebody might come along and say, "Oh my gosh, it's the best thing since sliced bread. I've never seen anything more fooling in my life." And then we look at it and we're like, "Really?"
Oh, there's been times where I've seen on Penn and Teller where it's like, how did that fool them?
Then again, too, I have found in that regard, with that context only on the board, we're looking at it again, like you were talking about, through the eyes of YouTube, where you can go and rewind it, and you can look again, and you can rewind it and look again. They got to look at it just right there from about a good distance from
That's
the
true.
stage to that. So there is maybe some of that has to play with, and it's like I said, the psychology of it all. It's,
Right.
You're filling in the blanks, and the assumption of the magician is that the audience is going to fill in the blanks already, and you just have to keep it cool.
Right. And there was a workshop that I went to, and
Was this in Magic Live?
Magic Live.
Yeah.
And so in that workshop, hit too many buttons. In that workshop, they were talking about how in the psychology of things that your brain, so if you see a bottle, your brain fills in the top and the bottom, the things that it doesn't see.
I thought we talked about that weeks ago, and apparently we talked about that days ago.
Yeah.
So don't
Well, we
listen
did-
to me.
We did. I mean, it's been a couple weeks now.
I think we've addressed it, but
Yeah. Because I think that was one of the things I raised the week that we got back from Magic Live.
you know,
But how the brain, and so I saw a magician do the multiplying bottles.
Yeah.
And at one point, he had the tube off the bottle, and he just picked it up. He picked the bottle up, exposing that there's another bottle inside. So he completely destroyed the illusion
mhm.
of those being solid bottles. So when it's disguised when it's disguised by the tube, your brain wants to think of those as bottles. Those are solid bottles.
Or even when it's just sitting there, but as long as it's just sitting there,
Yeah,
because it looks like, okay, that's just a solid
it's a bottle.
The only thing I should assume is in that bottle is nothing or liquid,
Right.
because there's
And
no other thing that couldn't.
So your
should
brain
fit
puts
that.
in the pieces that it
Yeah.
doesn't see. And then by him doing that with the bottle, he completely disillusioned the brain.
Yeah.
To say, oh, they're not real. And so I think, with the sign and a half, it's the same thing back then, especially, is that even though the box was huge, you saw the head, you saw the feet, you assumed it was the same person
Yeah.
going all the way across.
Or what was it? The distance that may have been quite a bit of distance, which we both know that give it enough distance, an optical illusion looks like, okay, you have a box the size of a bus, and then you go further enough back, it looks like, oh, it's not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah. So when do you think the thin model was created?
The thin model?
Yep.
Oh boy. I would like to assume that the extra thin model was created somewhere in the 80s.
60s.
Really?
And so now modern magicians are
So
doing.
I'm assuming they got closer and closer and closer and closer and closer, and then they had to feel like, okay, how do we make this look better the closer they get?
Well, in the thin model, basically eliminates the 2-person scenario.
Where you
And-
mean like you had a model who was thinner?
No, the thin model sign in
Oh,
half
yeah, okay.
was not a model. But the thin-
It wasn't on the same page.
The thin model sign in half went down to a single person.
Yeah.
And now people like David Copperfield and Chris Angel and those guys, they're doing sign in halves with like buzz saws, and your body is totally exposed, and
Yeah.
so they've kind of taken it to the next level.
Well, that's one of Penn and Teller's bread and butter tricks.
Yes.
The band sawing in half.
Oh yes.
We saw that live
Yes.
actually. He goes in like, this is how you do it. He opens it up, and then you see the assistant in there, and then it's like, see, look, there's no possible way, even though this is a solid steel, dung dung dung, and then it turns on again, and then it goes and it cuts her all the way in half. Like, oh crap, I can't believe we did that again. And then they walk off stage.
Yeah.
And you saw the blood just like splattering onto the white paper that was sitting behind them.
He said
It was
he
very
said
funny.
he got more complaints about doing a cut and restored snake than they did on any other illusion they've done.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So people were outraged that they would cut a snake.
But the woman that's like,
Yeah,
she
doesn't
deserved that.
Yeah.
Apparently. Wow.
So- Another thing that has taken a change is the levitation.
yes,
so-
I've seen that.
Before we do that, let's talk about like the zigzag. Now the zigzag was created and is still performed exactly the same way.
Okay, so that sounds like it's a more recent illusion.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I actually can't imagine how you would do that one differently.
right.
The zigzag, there's
But
I can't think of another way to do that. Actually,
But it was invented more in the earlier times. So
is that what, 1970 or 80?
I believe probably in the 70s.
I feel like when was Doug Henning? What was his time?
70s.
Because I think didn't he do
Oh, yeah.
a zigzag?
Yeah. Well, if they can come out with a thin model sign in half in the 60s, I'm sure they could come up with the zigzag.
Yeah.
But the levitation. So the levitation was first done in the 19th century by John Neville
19th
Mes-
century. So that would have been
Maskelyn. Maskelyn. Masculine. Masculine.
Can I see?
I don't know.
I probably don't know either.
He was the first one to introduce the stage levitation.
Masculine.
Yeah, we'll
Possibly.
go with that. Okay,
Possibly.
we'll go with
more
that.
likely. So he did the levitation, and was this a full body levitation?
Yeah, it was. I don't believe they went up and down. I think it was just
Like
they
the
levitated off the
table,
ground. Yeah,
like the table levitations.
and then Thurston and Keller made their assistants float in the air. And then in the 20th century, it says that Blackstone floated a woman out over the audience. I don't remember ever seeing that. I know he floated a light bulb
Yeah, that
over
was,
an audience,
that was over his head, and then it went
Yeah.
over the audience, right?
but I don't know that I don't know that they would have had the ability back then to float a woman over the audience. So I think that is a mistake.
Well, the legend persists, and the story gets better and better and better as
It does.
time goes on.
It does.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, I saw a woman in half. Oh my gosh, I saw him take an axe and then cut the woman straight in half. Oh my gosh, I saw it all. There was blood and everything, and then she just magically restored herself.
And there was no cover at all. It was all fully exposed.
As the story goes on, it gets more and more grand.
So here's something interesting. I didn't realize it was this late. So Copperfield basically revolutionized the levitation by flying on stage.
Yeah.
Do you know that when that was?
That one, when he started to do his flying bit, I feel like that was, gosh, sometime in the 90s or the early 2000s.
See, I thought it was in the early 2000s. It was actually 1992.
Really?
Yeah, the year your mom and I got married.
A year before I was born.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
I don't remember that.
No? Yeah, actually I remember at least the things that you showed me. The only things that I can possibly remember, and this isn't a lot, but it was one where he did the drill through his body. You know, he had that one the one
I think that was a different magician.
Was that a different magician? I thought
it drilled him and then it went up.
Copperfield did the laser cutting in half, and
yes,
he did that,
and he did it on the side. Yeah. So
I think Copperfield was the first guy I saw do that. There's been several since, but
right,
he was the first guy that I remember seeing do.
Well, the thing with Copperfield is he did it on his TV specials. So when millions and millions of people saw it, versus somebody just going into a theater and doing it for 30,000 people or 10,000 people, or well, I shouldn't make magicians rock stars. It was probably more like 2,500 people.
I know Copperfield was the one who, at least on his special, he levitated a love seat.
Yes,
and then in broad daylight in the middle, I think, of Vegas or something like that.
Two audience members sitting there wondering what the heck is happening. Yeah. And so now with modern street magic, they obviously do the levitation on the street and essentially just floating like 1 or 2 feet off the ground.
Yes, I've seen that. Actually, we have a version of that you can buy at the shop.
We do.
It's a download. Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, there's a couple, but there's this one you can buy. It's on with the Vault with Bro Gilbert.
Okay.
It's he goes and has a whole thing. I think Shin Lim has a couple of it's either by Shin Lim or it's got a couple of he's got a couple of bits in relation to it. But there's a lot of techniques that could be done involving that one. Chris Angel, I think, was the first that I saw to really popularize that one, where he's kind of floating up off of a park bench, or he's floating up on the ground, and he seems to be doing it in the middle of the street.
Right. Yeah, some some of it you can't always trust whether or not cameras are being used, and
at least on his special, it was very, very angly.
So Metamorphosis, which is the substitution trunk. So it's called Metamorphosis. It got popular in the 1890s by Houdini and Bess.
Oh, okay.
Only when they did it, Houdini was locked in a trunk, and then there was a curtain put around the trunk, and then he came out of the curtain, and then Bess was inside the trunk.
So kind of like the Assistant's Revenge, similar concept.
Yeah, totally covered, concealed, and then the switch happens, and then they come out. So similar to like the milk jug, where he gets submerged, and then a carton. Could you imagine today if a magician went into a milk jug and they surrounded it by a curtain with a 1-minute clock, and everybody just sat there and was wondering what the heck going on? Today, people would be like, what, you got some Joe probably walking in the back of it and just unlocking all the locks and taking them out and, whatever.
No, they had to get rid of the curtain when they do it nowadays. Actually, I did see there was an escape artist who was on Penn and Teller who was doing something very similar, except he was in a little, 4x4 cube. He
Yeah,
had to go and
I
tuck
was a little
himself
bigger
in.
than that, but it was a tight cube.
It was
Yes.
very tight cube. He had no wiggle room practically,
Right.
and it was to the very tippy top with the water. And he even made it. What was it? I much like Houdini, he said, I would like somebody to. I challenge anybody to go and prove that I can get any oxygen in this situation.
Yeah, and he also told people to hold their breath and
Yeah.
whatnot. Yeah, yeah, that was actually a good special or a good illusion. And I think Penn even said, "I believe this to be dangerous."
Oh yeah, so it was very dangerous.
Yeah.
There was a good 60% of that was all skill,
Yeah,
which I was flabbergasted. He went on to at least was one interview that he did. He didn't reveal anything, but he went on to an interview and he said, "Yeah, this is a lot of practice and practicing holding your breath because you could die doing
Yeah.
this wrong. If you do this wrong, you could kill you."
I believe it.
Yeah, I mean,
So
he literally can't get any oxygen. So it's like what was that, the Prestige, where you went and you had to go bust it open with an axe if
Yeah.
something's going wrong? I'm like, oh, hold on, this is actually bad. We need to get him out of here.
the only problem is that in today's life, people would watch it and go, "Yeah, no, it's all part of the act." No, I think he's really drowned. No. Watch, he'll get out.
Yeah, seriously.
But he's been in there for like 5 minutes. Yeah, no, it's part of the suspense. It's building up tension.
He stopped moving.
Yeah.
At that point, it's part of the suspense thing. Penn and Teller kind of ruined that one too. Did you see that one with the card trick?
Yeah. Where Penn Teller ends up, stop breathing.
drowning inside the thing, then having the card in the that was actually pretty cool. He
Yeah, it
had a
was.
selected card in his
Yep.
his mask.
10 hours later, there's still people in the audience going, "When is he going to get out? When's he getting out? What's going on?" Boy, this is a long way of stretching out the sensationalism of the trick.
I know. I didn't think this was an endurance trick. I thought we were just going to see a magic.
Yeah. So after Houdini and Best, they later came up with the use of the curtain to 1, 2, 3, and do that switch.
Oh, so they did that?
Mhm.
Were they the ones who popularized that one, or was that?
Houdini and Best popularized the trick,
Uh-huh.
but in later versions, people started using curtains and being more about speed.
Oh, okay, so toss up curtain falls down, kind of
Yeah.
like the quick change stuff.
Yeah, doing it about speed. And now in modern versions, people will use pyrotechnics to throw up confetti or to do some sort of flash, and then
Okay.
the transition takes place. So it's
Depending on, I'll give this as far as the evolution is concerned, I don't necessarily think you need to go and reinvent the wheel on this one. I do think the speed does play a factor. I at least a notable factor, because obviously, like what you were saying, if you're just sitting there watching it, like, when's it going to happen?
Yeah. Well, back then, I think if somebody was locked in a box and then they threw a curtain on top and then Best went inside, and then 30 seconds or 45 seconds later, Houdini comes outside the curtain, and then they wheel the curtain away and the box is still locked. That was enough for people to go, "Oh my God, did you see that?"
I mean, if it was 30 seconds, that's pretty good.
That's a long time.
30 seconds?
Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now keep in mind, metamorphosis is done in about 3 seconds now.
Mm-hmm. We're looking at that in a modern eye,
I know,
because
but think about somebody doing that today, and then taking 30 seconds to a minute to make the switch. It'd be like, man, you had enough time to unlock the box, get out, go back in, and relock it up.
maybe. Again, I don't. It depends on how they locked up the box.
Are you seriously
And
still
time.
counting?
Yeah, I'm just telling you. You said count it. Within that time, do you feel like you could have gone and unlocked all of the locks and then climbed in the box and locked yourself up, and then
Well, I have time to lock myself up once I'm back in the box.
That's maybe not the assumption, though.
Yeah.
that people are going off of. Because one, how did you unlock yourself, get out of the box, and then let somebody else go back into the box, lock themselves back up, and then lock up the box again?
Well, they didn't. He did.
Well, how do you know that?
You unlock the box, you let that person out, you hop in, they shut. The person who just hopped out relocks the box. You're not inside the box going, oh, dang, I forgot to lock the box. So,
Well, yeah, okay.
anyway.
I thought that was clear.
No, yeah. But it's just, with today, and I think it's due to technology. I mean, things have to happen. For crying out loud, if you click on a website and it doesn't open within the first 2 seconds, people are like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, seriously.
You know?
It should happen just like that.
Yeah,
Anything in life now needs to happen like that.
exactly.
If it doesn't happen like that, it's not magical. It's broken. I mean, to be honest, if you were to think about it, that's the assumption nowadays. So you have to. Magic has had to evolve for the growing assumption, or the evolving assumption of your audience.
That's true.
So if you're going and you're walking through life and everybody has this common assumption that, okay, this is how the world works, then that's how your magic should work. And then if you're going through life and it's suddenly evolved, I'm like, wow, my food is cooking within 10 seconds now, and everything else is happening within that short amount of time. I got to figure out how to liven up my magic, because it's not happening fast enough anymore. It's not magical anymore.
You'll
So
have
they have to evolve in order to keep up with the speed of the rest of the world.
you'll have the fastest magic show on earth.
Yeah.
It's done in 5 minutes, and I just performed 200 effects.
Yeah. And then somehow your audience retains all of the feeling of wonder.
No, they don't have to, because they have a cell phone now that keeps everything in memory for them, and so, nobody retains anything anymore.
So you're not performing for the audience, you're performing for the phone. That's why magic is the movie magic or the video magic now,
Yeah.
because it's not for the regular person. It's actually for the computer.
Yes, for the camera.
And I'm not talking about for watching on the computer. I'm talking about it's literally for the computer. If you don't fool the computer, then you haven't fooled anybody, because people are slow.
I can't fool AI.
You might be able to. I'm sure
Although
there's a way.
I think AI has got something wrong,
Why?
because I don't think the
Would you ask AI the question?
yeah,
What's up? What did
So-
they get wrong?
the fact that Harry Blackstone levitated an assistant. I think somebody needs to fact check that. That's what I think.
Hmm.
So somebody go out and fact check.
I
Check.
I know he's very popular for having the floating light bulb. And the
Yes.
floating lighting and levitating light bulb.
Yes. All right. We're going to take a quick look at a new effect. This effect is called what?
This one's called the Prediction Keychain
The
by
Prediction.
Patata.
All right. So let's see.
Is it good? Should I buy it? Does it suck? Did I get ripped off? Is it more of a craft project than a magic trick? These questions and more answered now on the Magic Item of the Week here on Magic Talk.
Does it suck? I didn't think it did.
No.
I didn't get to watch it terribly much, but it looked like it was very versatile.
So, obviously, I mean, we're not revealing anything when we say, listen, it's technology. I think nowadays, whenever you see anything like this, y'all know. So if
It's a
you
cool element of
Yes.
technology.
So the one thing that I'm not sold on the fact that it's a keychain. So to me it's like, okay, well, can you hold it down so the camera can
Oh,
flip,
it's just
flip it
look-
over? And flip it
Oh.
over.
Like this.
No, flip it over. What are you doing? Now it's
You said
upside
hold
down.
it down.
I want to see the other side.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, thank you. To me that doesn't scream keychain.
It kind of looks like a carbon fiber key.
Yeah. So
But I'm assuming that the idea is that it's carbon fiber picture frame keychain,
yeah, maybe.
something like that.
But if that's the case, then you know that that's technology and not something. I believe the idea is that is imprinted on the keychain, not that it's a display
Uh-huh.
that's simply showing you something. I think the idea behind it is, look at this. This is what my keychain says. Period.
Now, one thing with this, actually, just thinking about it, is there a way to show it blank and then show how something has imprinted itself on the keychain?
You could, but the problem again is I think the idea is that you're supposed to have this keychain, and on the back of it, you printed or you have an image that is on the back of the keychain. Not that it's we're getting a little fuzzy there.
Sorry, I'm trying to I'm looking at it. I'm giving it a much closer eye. That I will say with this, oh, crud, don't want to do that.
What's that?
It is a tiny screw.
Oh,
It does look non-digital.
right. And I think that's what it's supposed to be. And if all of a sudden you show it blank, then people are going to assume
Mhm.
digital. So I think the only way to really make this trick work is if this keychain was just simply a fob that, I mean, there's no buttons on it, so you can't really call it a fob, but it's a keychain that has an image, an impression on the back of it
Mhm.
that is not digital.
Okay, so yeah, so it's something that's already preset,
Yeah.
not changing whatsoever.
No,
Can't-
you
can't
did
rub
this
it away.
before. You set this up before. There's a prediction. Go ahead and do your selection. Now turn over the keychain, and boom, there's your thing. I think as soon as you make it digital, I don't think the effect really sells.
I can't imagine so, because obviously it's like, so you could have put anything on there using your phone or a
Yeah,
computer or whatever.
everybody knows Bluetooth. Everybody
Yeah.
knows Wi-Fi.
You're not fooling anybody with those things. So you
Yeah.
gotta-
So it's an interesting effect there. When you do get the app, I was a little worried that you were going to have to buy an add-on in order to actually make it work. And then I later found out that they give you the add-on for free. There's a code that comes inside the box that allows you to download it. Otherwise, there's a monthly fee for this add-on.
Well, now that's stupid.
Well, and that's what concerned me. So
Yeah.
they're using a third-party app to make this happen. And so they must have made an arrangement that if somebody buys this, they can get the third-party app for free.
Well, for what? $250?
Yes.
You better,
Yeah.
because like this looks interesting, but it's not $250 interesting.
Yeah. So the prop itself is very well made.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's carbon fiber.
It does. I mean, through closer examination, it is completely flat. There's nothing carbon fiber about it.
But I think they're trying to give that impression.
yeah, it's a good illusion. I mean, I don't know
So-
if everyone can see the
Yes.
the texture on the screen. Looks like it. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of looks like that. Looks like that.
So I think the idea is
Fingerprints
that
are,
it's carbon fiber.
Yeah, it's a little bit It's a little fingerprint prone, but
Yeah.
other than that,
There's also plastic on that you peel off when you get it. So I don't know if that changes anything. So anyways, Patata always puts out nice stuff. It's been fairly reliable.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is it compatible with their pad? I noticed there's a lot of things that Patata has. It's obviously it's technology because they're famous for that, but it's compatible via their other
Yes.
things, like the I forget what's the close up or the scratch pad for.
They
called?
they have that. They have they have an erasable marker
Yeah,
pad, a whiteboard
yeah. The
that
what
you can do.
the potato whiteboard, and then there's the
Then there's
the
the actual
notepad.
paper, yeah, with a clipboard. So
So if it's compatible with that, then that's amazing.
yeah,
'cause-
yeah, I think most of their stuff, if not everything, has some sort of bridge to it.
Okay, that's really
So-
cool. That makes it 100% more valuable.
So my honest assessment is if you have money to burn, this would be a good effect to have in your collection. I don't know that it would be something that I would personally use, but it's just because it doesn't really fit my style. So it is well made. It's technology,
Now,
like everything else. You got to be careful of.
is that the your style in the sense of it's mentalism and you're not
No, I mean I do.
or mentalist?
No, I do some mentalism in my show. It's just that I don't really. I'm not pulling out like keys or a keychain or. I would have really no reason to pull this thing out,
Yeah.
and it's got to look like there's a reason why you have it. I don't think you can just pull it out and say, "Oh, look, I have this device
Yeah.
with a prediction on it." I think it needs to look like it's your everyday carry. So
I agree with that 100%. Now, I would only imagine that something like this isn't something that you would want to have as just a one-off. It's not like, okay, this is the only patata thing that I've got,
yeah,
because it is out of place in that regard, I think, unless you're some magician who likes to dress up like a total techno geek.
so if
I was going to say, if I had other patata things like the pad or the whiteboard or something along those lines, and they were interactable, I would think this is very worth it. 'Cause
okay,
then, if that's the case, you could have somebody operating, or you're using the pad, and I'm assuming that with that, then it transfers over with the keychain. So it's another revelation
right,
of sorts, and I think that's cool, especially if you're able to go and put it into a different context,
right.
because it's a keychain. But there's not.
It's
I-
still, I think, even in that regard, it still needs to look like a regular carry.
Yeah. Well, I suppose it's got. I'm not going to lose everything in here. It has this to go along with it.
Right.
What's this? Yeah.
It's the ring.
It's basically a keychain ring. So if you were to have that even on your keys, and you were to go and give it to somebody to say, "Hold on to these for me, please," and this, I've seen keychains or key fobs like you were talking about that look even clunkier than this on somebody's keys. It's like just for no reason whatsoever other than
Right.
it's just there, or it's got a picture of it on it. Can this be any type of revelation? Can it have like pictures on there as well, or
I think it's drawings. I think it's playing cards. It's text, obviously.
Mhm.
I think it's sketch drawings, not pictures, because it's black and white.
Okay, but even still, I've seen people with little key fobs, almost like what was that? Fair Play.
Right.
Okay, it's like it's clunky. It's weird looking. It's a in what context would you have this? It's just a little trinket that you got on your keys,
Right.
basically. In
Yeah,
that
like
regard,
if somebody could come up with like the photo keychains
yeah, that would be cool.
and it looked like a photograph, not a digital screen,
Mhm.
that
would look cool.
that would be really cool. So anyway, it as far as is it well made? Is it easy to use? It's somewhat easy to use. It's a little confusing to first get it set up, but it is well made. I just I think it's a little high for the price, but we're about honesty here.
I suppose with what would $250, it's something that's in relation to anything Patata, I kind of feel like that's par for the course for
It
him.
is because of the technology and
Yeah.
everything. But you look at it, and I would say, okay, that's that's a $150 price tag. But I get the technology, the screen to make it look like it's not a screen.
Yeah.
It's just, if you're gonna buy it, it's gonna be something that you absolutely have a purpose for,
Yeah.
and it's gonna
would.
fit within your character, kind of thing.
Yeah. And
So
get other Patata stuff, because if it plays well with the other Patata stuff, then yeah, it's just kind of cool that you can have all these different elements of Magic that are interactable, so it doesn't look like it's just a one-off thing, a little
Watch.
one-off trick.
at the next Spellbound, I'll have it in my show.
I have
And-
here my keys. Weren't you talking about that on the radio show? No, I have right here my keys. I want you to hold on to these.
Yeah. All right, we gotta call it a wrap because I have a another event I have to go to tonight. And so was there anything else you wanted to address?
Well, I mean,
Well,
I don't want to get people too excited, but we do have some new things coming in with the shop, some new products that we are working on, and
you're all familiar with these, but these are not as they appear. So we'll tell you more about that later.
we have a whole line of things that we're working on, and a bunch of new tricks, and then also we've got some new stuff happening with the site.
Yes.
We're going to be redesigning and redressing up the site. So same great stuff, just a new pretty looking channel.
Yeah. All right. That is our show. We will all see you next Tuesday, same time, same bat channel. And everybody remember, at White Rabbit Magic,
We believe.
This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.